Okay,
I'm
so
dude, stretching takes me a while.
let us begin. And I don't know why the fuck the music was already going on and not the one I wanted. Yeah, let's roll with our typical theme. Maybe this time for Witcher because I fucking like that rendition from Miracle of Sound. Anyways, so last time we left our heroes. You, okay, I think you finished dealing with okay, I forgot to change grid on that. You stop dealing with West Cult. You managed to annihilate it. You get the reward from Osmond Ateron, the ex-Grandmaster of the former Inquisition. Apart from that, I know I gave Genkiro a letter, a challenge to a duel from Phantom Leader. Also,
We didn't hear his decision.
Also, I think you made the decision that you are going to the Southsilver city to try to help them against like massive army. I thought that was the decision last time.
Yes, but that's our decision about the city. About the duel.
Yeah, about the duel, only you know.
Yeah.
Imagine you didn't tell anybody else.
No.
And
Not
speaking
yet.
of the duel,
Not yet, at least.
I don't know if you will get information or something, but somehow your character just saying that Genkiro would know that if he explains this, maybe not really explain, but without going into details, he will say to the Vulcan. That's how we name the Titan Forger, Titan Forge guy. That if he says that he needs this and this for this situation, like last stand with the Nemesis, he might be able to give you something fun. One-time use probably for this special occasion, but fun.
Alright. So I'm probably
Yeah.
going to go to a secret meeting with Vulcan without the knowledge of
Or
the
you could just
others.
take all of us and be like, hey, we're gonna fight a bunch of bad guys and we need cool stuff. And you could just like whisper in his ear like, hey, I need some cooler stuff.
Yeah, truth be told, I
don't
might
mind
as
some
well.
new gadgets.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm guessing you are taking like the tower itself to the Southsilver, because remember, tower is now like headquarters for the guild itself. So I need to know that they also, some of them might try to, like, we might use some NPCs as resources to actually help with the battle.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, so after you say to Varian what is your decision, there were also like some maybe NPCs at the time, and they decided that yeah, they are badass army, like it would be good to help them. At least maybe after like huge fight, they might be convinced to actually freaking like go with us, so they will be able to like help us in a battle later. So yeah, generally people are fine with it. I guess at this point some like maybe the Ramis and the girls are. They returned from one of their errands. And yeah, you are on the way to the city of Southsilver, where of course the battle is already raging on. Of course, if anybody is actually like standing outside and observing, then as you are getting like this close to the city, apart from possibly like seeing like huge masses of people dozens like of kilometers away, like of course even with massive perception you cannot like see the exact numbers, but you just see at some point when the armies are big enough, you just see that there are armies there. So yeah, basically like it's pretty obvious that combat is going on. And apart from that, you see that on the coast you passed some boats that differ in size, that have some people on board, mainly elderly women, not elderly and children, and they are going alongside the coast to actually like retreat to Dragon Island. There are some like carriages and convoys on the road, and like immediately a few people from the guild, maybe even like alongside Ramus and others, say we'll cover them. So they like immediately either fly away or teleport to like cover the retreat of some folks, because even if battle is happening like as you can see mainly here, nobody knows if like some smaller groups decide to go attack them at later date, you know, like maybe near the scar. Like here at this point, because yeah, these parts for traveling were not ever safe ones. And yeah, obviously, surprisingly, like the weather conditions aren't that bad, but you just see that basically you are kinda high up after all of these upgrades. You're pretty high up. So you see that like to this side, like there's just like super snowstorm, like a dome of snow, almost like day after tomorrow. Like this.
Oh my.
Oh my.
I mean, this is not like really catastrophic area, but the like weather is so bad on that side that if you are outside of it, then you just see a dome of snow. Although it kinda, the good news is that like it didn't cover, like most of the smaller mountains are covered, but the three higher ones are like still visible. And maybe because Southsilver is kinda closer to Land of Ashes, this area is mostly clear from the snow. Like the land itself is like, if it's raining, then it's raining like water, not snow. It's raining, not snowing. So the land is like mud and
So it's basically like the opening of the new 300 movie. That kind of way.
I didn't watch the second 300 movie, so
It's actually pretty awesome.
Yeah.
yeah,
Given
but
that they like actually win.
yeah, but basically the first thing I imagined by the like when I created like City of Southsilver, who might be living in that's a city that's so close to like Land of Ashes? Spartans, fantasy version of Spartans, uber
Yeah.
badass warriors.
Does that make the orcs Persians?
For fuck's sake.
They are orcs. They are like maybe not only
Probably as endless as Persians.
basically they are.
Probably Carthage.
Yeah, as we're getting closer, it's damn obvious that Army of Ashes is like outnumbering Spartans. Now the math will be hard. Like at least five times over.
So there's 1,500 of them.
Not really. But wherever they have numbers, Southsilver army has badass warriors. They have quality, not and they are determined to, because they know that they didn't evacuate it, so they are just fighting to buy time for those who were not able to fight. And as we are getting closer, some of them, because even though like tokens are like that, like you can imagine, because there's like thousands upon thousands, like tens, hundreds of thousands like bodies down there, you can imagine that the battle is like stretching over several kilometers. And if you are like, we'll be doing that partially with Rule of Cool and like cinematic battle, and partially like with normal rules, especially if you are gonna engage the dragons themselves. So we're gonna do it something like that. Who has the highest initiative out of you?
That's
I
Zach.
have.
It's undoubtedly Zach.
Yeah.
It is completely 100% me.
Do you have improved initiative?
Yes.
Okay.
My initiative bonus, without going into the stance that increases it by 4, is 19. I am usually always in the stance that increases it by 4, so it is 23.
Okay, so that makes things simpler. First of all, we ain't gonna be doing, if you won't be engaging dragons, we ain't gonna be doing typical 6-second rounds. So what I wanted to do is just make one initiative for your whole group, and to give you like more time to, so that actually you are making impact on the battle itself. So you know what? You can, for the group, you can roll me d20 plus 12.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, half of your.
He sounds so disappointed.
Yeah, still. The others will not be rolling, like, it won't be impossible for the armies to roll anything above 20. Just give me a moment. I think I need to add something else, because, oh yes, this should be fun. Also, I might say that already, that if you are like going down there and gonna attack the armies, like the enemy army, they like the thing you will just roll damage, and that damage, depending on my like story reason, will be multiplied by something, and that will mean how much like bad guys from the army died actually. So let me actually give them.
So is the enemy army orcs?
Not only orcs. Land of Ashes it's like inhabited by many like typical evil or just malicious races, you know, orcs, kobolds, goblins, lizards,
So, horde.
trolls, yeah, something like horde,
Okay.
that are united under the banner of
Ogres, that kind of stuff.
Greater Worm,
Hobgoblins.
Dragon, Neviv. Yeah, all of these bad guys. Typical like bad races when you just.
Hobgoblins are nasty. Because they're as smart as humans. Same with orcs, but
Smorks.
Yeah, it will just depend how you build them. Okay, so Southsilver army, I'm gonna roll something not usual for them. Oh wow, okay. And Army of Ashes.
A crit.
No, they are still going. Later, and now let's see what two main lieutenants of Neviv, what is their initiative. Probably when they get close enough, it will be like really simple to see that one of them is Magma Dragon and the second one is Red Dragon.
No, Zach, I'm not getting in. Oh, wait, that's wrong character.
Valley Earth, okay, so he rolled 15. Then the Caliph is 3.
Oh, let me check.
And some guys who are not engaged in battle yet, but depending on how this goes, they might be interested. Okay, that's that, and no wait, because I decided that they will be going together. Okay, and now the on the dragons stuff. Okay, and that should. And wow, I decided to crit on them. Cool.
You decided?
Yeah, because DM has ultimate power, even above, like, power over dice of roll 20. Okay, so I imagine that for those who are like for the player characters that are not here with us, I imagine John Stillsong going like down there and like being typical combat medic, like swinging his weapons around on
So
the
his
enemies
fists.
that get his face for those who get closer and like patching people up like a good field medic. Uh, Lysander finally decided to go out from the library, so he might be just like sniping from the tower or something. And my god, what was the name? Jai and his Eidolon, which is just go frontline onto fucking bastards and like rip them apart. Okay, and now's what the group of you is doing. You
So, I want to use Skin Kiro to make me look like that. I can get the wings in Halo. I just need the amazing glow and whatnot.
I can cast probably illusion magic to make you look like it.
Yeah, I think that will work.
If they see through the illusion, they see a naked soul.
And then I'm just going to like pitch
Oh,
off the,
this will be
Huh?
nice. This will be
and
nice.
I'm just going to like jump off the landing pad in my stance that gives me wings and whatnot, and just like fly towards the enemies, screaming at the top of my lungs with Genkiro's rule of cool, amplifying voice magic to just like challenge the leaders of the army as I'm like descending into the enemy's ranks with my swords drawn.
Yeah, if you are going against the army, so like obviously there are some war chiefs, clan leaders, like sergeants and whatnot.
Mhm.
So just like going for them and for the smile fry for now. So if you are using any specific like maneuver, just roll.
Awesome. As I'm flying into them, I'll just use Ether Wave. And it's a cone of 38 damage.
Okay, so
But into an army.
yeah, so basically you killed 380 members of that army. About 400,000 remain.
As I just like disappear into the hordes of the enemy.
Yep,
Oop,
you just,
I just like hold my mouse off my desk with my foot.
yeah, you just went straight through them and just start slashing and doing like stuff.
I am a master of a style of two-weapon fighting. I'm sure I can slaughter a lot of bad guys.
Okay, so
But that's what
like
it's
you
around.
can no, as I said,
Oh.
this is like because you're attacking army, we are not
True.
doing typical 6 so like give me like full attack like damage. Like how much times would you hit with full attack and just roll damages from each one?
There you go. So that'd be half of those are probably crits, but I'm not even checking.
Yeah, like at some point we might just treat somehow like this army as a swarm, both of them actually.
Yeah.
Mob, swarm, whatever. Okay, so another 1,290 die.
Everyone's dying.
There's you guys look down after I jump off, and there's just like a hole where I landed of dead bodies.
And yeah, you are continuing to plow through. And what the rest are doing? Genkir, apart from like buffing, what?
Yeah, first off, I buff everyone that's going into battle. Ask Lysander before he went down there to before going to snipe the others, to cast a fly spell on me. And yeah, so I can fly down there safely.
Yep.
And start looking for the meanest, biggest, strongest, and probably dumbest giants and ogres around, and cast mass suggestion on them to have them start rampaging around, bashing
the
all
biggest
the
ones are usually the
puny little
smartest,
orcs.
Okay.
they probably wanna do that
Roll me. Let's see how much of them will be in the range. Roll me 4d10.
Or D10.
Should I
24.
stop playing with the box cutter?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can hear it from here.
Yeah, so like suddenly some of the ranks from some groups and clans like get like maybe not really dispersed, but suddenly there's a lot of confusion, angry yelling because 24 of the meanest, biggest, stupidest like orcs, giants, trolls like start rampaging. They are getting put down, but they still manage to do a lot of damage. Some of them were really nasty, so 24, yeah, so another 2,400 guys dead. Okay, anything like, as you did my suggestion, you might do something else.
If I see any siege weapons, I'm gonna use my wand of fireballs to cast fireballs and destroy as many as I can see.
I mean, you can see them, but the thing is, like, you know, they didn't put the siege weapons on front because they are still like 30 kilometers outside of Southsilver. They are not within like weapon range. Although they had some like weaponry on the back side. Although that would mean you would have to like, you know, go somewhat behind enemy lines and...
Oh, okay, I thought we were in the middle of... never mind.
No, where there are
I'm
tokens...
in the middle of the army. You
Yeah.
don't have to be.
I mean, the
Alright,
army,
then,
Survive being in the middle of
army
an army.
is not that close to the city.
Alright, then forget about that. I will probably go to the front lines and cast... What was it? What was it called? Mirage Arcana. To create a massive illusion of on the orcs that a giant freaking sun is
Cast
crashing down
blindness
on them.
deafness. As in front of a charge, just cast blindness. A wall of blindness or something in front of a charge.
Suddenly you have the blind leading the blind.
I mean, obviously, it will work, but not on the entire army, because as I said,
Yeah.
they are like spread
those.
over many kilometers.
Just those that I managed to catch within my illusion.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that will work. Some of them are really like, we're blind, but they are still trying to like go forward.
Yeah, if
Okay.
they can probably feel the heat as well.
Yeah, like maybe some of them are faltering, but some deciding like this heat is nothing compared to the inferno given by our mighty
dragons
master
behind them?
dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dragons behind them, you mean?
Yeah. Something like that. And you know, because they have a lot of like banners, flags of like, it's pretty clear that they are showing the signs, like clan signs, that they are soldiers of
Alright.
Okay, and what Out is doing at the time?
Well, I'm not sure there's really much I can do. I suppose can I make a perception check to see if I can find like person leading the charges, person everyone's following.
There is not one person doing the charge. As I said, there's like a huge fucking army, and there are many like field commanders, sergeants, clan leaders, and whatnot.
Yeah, but I don't really think I use magic device sack. Anyway,
I'm sure you can figure out how to work fireball cannon.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't really
Ask
work.
the tower politely to shoot the orcs.
To be fair,
Shoot now.
that could work. Like the tower will be, yes. What do you require of us?
Fire!
It's like target the enemy army, which is target the non-humans. Which
Wait,
in this
what?
case would work because the Southsilver army is humans. I assume.
Majority of them, yeah, but they even like if they have races, there are like minority of like elves, dwarves, but not the bad ones,
I
orcs and
presume
whatnot.
the tower would instantly shoot them, just
Just
purge
despite,
the unclean.
just despite you.
Purge the unclean.
Yeah.
know.
Okay. So probably like
Yeah.
the
So the
like
tower will be
we
shooting us.
understood, and like
Pew,
it
pew, pew.
gets slightly like closer because the weapons are on the lowest levels. The tower needs to get slightly higher to have like better angle on part of the army, and then there's like a and there are massive explosions like completely obliterating some parts of the army. So what is the highest like damage dice on fireball, or the most powerful fireball?
Let me look it up. Well, that would be a maximized extended, like, with all the meta magics. But for just a fireball, there's... I think it might be a mythic version. There's no mythic version of fireball, and the maximum damage is 10d6 for one. And that's just base without any meta magics.
Yeah, that would have been like empowered, maximized. So
Let's-
yeah, and there are like several of them. So
I think max that you could get to would be 15d6 with another like 5d6 rolled, but like 15d6 max damage. So I could do the math on that if you wanted.
I'm gonna DM roll something.
Like it'd be whatever 15d6, the maximum that you get on 15d6 is with like another.
Nah, let's
5d6.
just say like the amount of fireballs, like some parts of the army just burn, and like several thousands of them just die, like around 3,000. Okay.
A wizard or sorcerer that is just built to fling around different types of fireballs would actually be extremely effective. Just using different meta magics and always fireball.
Okay. Yeah, apart from like manning, no, you didn't man, you just asked the tower to use it. And do you do anything yourselves, Aoti?
Well, I suppose I could join Zach helping shoot things. I suppose.
I'm
Not
about
really.
to do something fun our next go round.
I suppose I'll join you.
I
Yeah,
imagine
back
I'm
to
going
back
get
battle.
mobbed.
yeah, pretty much.
I imagine I'm going to get mobbed, so I'm going to use my ability that lets me strike every enemy within range.
Do you
I
want
mean,
me to
sure
help?
you're gonna get mapped. This is like acts like a swarm, so some
Yeah.
not really much.
I am
but
absolutely sure I'm going to get mobbed. So I just like imagine like I just get like tackled and dogpiled by like
I mean,
100 orcs. or
you remember
something,
in
it's,
the
like,
Lord of the
slight
Rings
step.
when a physical form of Sauron was fighting against allied armies. So put yourself in a place of a Sauron, but this time you are the good guy.
Yep.
Of course, they will still try to at least somewhat damage you slightly. Anyways.
Yeah.
So you're going down there, and I'm guessing you starts unleashing your attacks.
Pretty much.
Are you unleashing like some special maneuvers or just typical standard full attack. So you can roll me damages from all like full attack rolls.
Sure.
Full attack.
I think it's 7 shots, so I presume we don't have haste, so that's the damage from just a regular attack. Yeah, I have pretty much infinite ammo.
Did I just like roll badly on mine or something?
What?
Because I got like 149, he got 210.
It's a me!
I didn't think you were that much stronger than me.
Okay, cool. So like back to back with like Aoti and Endif that are just inside the freaking like army. Like there's like several dozen yards of them, feet of them around, like cleared, like filled with bodies, bits and pieces, but hundreds more with furious rage, like they will be coming at them. And with that, we're gonna cut away to, let's see what the dragons will be willing to do. Khaled will like get slightly closer, like, you know, fly.
Should have had Tower like attack the dragons. Now that I think about it, oh well.
Like flying like at very high speed and giving a mighty roar, like a mighty roar that is not to strike fear in the enemies but to fill hearts of his followers with like another like anger and glory. Ow. Okay.
So basically, he rages them up.